Whenever I asked where should I study economics or business, the answer was always the same. Solvay was the place to study at. Many CEOs are business owners, economists graduated from that school.
I think Solvay is quite fantastic because it has a big part which is very much scientific courses and another which are very wide in terms of legal, finance, economics, languages, and the combination of that scientific rigor and all the other elements is really unique.
It's key because the world is very complex, and it's very good in your education to have a combination of people, very rigorous people telling you about Homo economicus, the sort of rational expectation person, and then Homo sapiens, a very different sort of animal. I personally always saw, this interaction between the two sorts of human beings, very key, in my education.
Apart from Solvay's close connection with companies, Solvay is also very supportive for fundamental research in social science, and that's also what impressed me a lot.
One of the factors of success for the business school is the ability to have in the teaching staff to have put very strong academics with very strong research background together with corporate people. It's really this coexistence.
One of the things that I preferred best with the school was to be able to talk directly with practitioners, with big businessmen and top management of large enterprises. And I'm really happy when I come here to give that opportunity to younger generations.
A lot of what we do about our products is essentially optimization and quantitative optimization, which draws on economic theory, yield management, optimization, statistics. And so you need that very strong foundation to be able to actually understand and lead in that environment. I wouldn't be able to operate like I do today if I hadn't had that training.
One of the values of Solvay is the holistic mindset. We are not specialists in any branch of activities, but we know that a problem has to be solved in a diversity of skills, experience.
I did my PhD in the US and then came back here and became a professor. Since 2011, I've joined the central bank. So there you could say I'm more directly involved in trying to help keep an eye on the world, let's say.
I think I got the right combination between what is theoretical approach and the practical experiences of a number of people I met during all these years. So I think it was a very instrumental, important reasons, I think, why I made this career.
They give you a good entry ticket into the labor market, which of course today is very important.
I'm studying business engineering, and in particular I joined the Q10 program, which is a new international master's program, and it gives you the opportunity to go twice on an exchange program.
We have 2 PhD programs in Solvay. At Icarus, we have, in the past few years, 4 research grants from the European Research Council, which is the most prestigious European researching grant.
Solvay gave me the desire to be the best at what I do, to do great things.
We are encouraged to innovate. Many students at Solvay either sign a contract or either launch their own startup before they graduate.
I do like challenges, probably like many other people who have studied at Solvay. It shows you all the possibilities that you can have as a manager, as an entrepreneur. It probably stimulates to be an entrepreneur and basically like also being challenged and not having a very day-to-day 9-to-5 type of job.
Since secondary school, I was passionate about entrepreneurship. I wanted to start my own business, but before starting my own business, I've been implicated in a lot of activities. I went to the entrepreneurship club. I was implicated in the Solvay business game for 3 years.
During my studies, I had a great time with a bunch of 5 to 10 people. We organized a film festival, economic and training film, and it was an amazing experience. It was a big enterprise. We had someone responsible for marketing, someone for finance, someone for organization. So it was like a mini board, a mini company. So it was fun.
Today I'm shadowing CEO for a full day, Dominique Leroy.
When I was at Solvay, I was doing all of my student projects with my best friend. I remember our time at Solvay dearly because we spent so much time screaming at each other about what needed to be improved or done in our different student projects that we knew each other by heart. And that made a great team for the creation of a startup.
My studies have helped me to give me background for making very practical things like sandwiches, salads and soups, but still to make it in a good package and a good identity.
All the tools that I learned during my studies, I actually use for analyzing cases that the Commission has to take decisions on. We basically monitor how firms compete with one another. I still use every day what I studied many years ago.
In my current position as CEO of Brussels Airport, the education I've received at Solvay has been very useful because it's really opened up a lot of subjects which I now have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I'm not a specialist in all these fields, but thanks to the education I've received at Solvay, well, I know which questions to ask. Usually the questions people don't want to be asked.
I like to work in a hospital because obviously you have one very important goal is to treat patients, to ultimately save lives. The hospital financing is one of the most complex financial equations in all types of business. But next to these financial skills, you need much more. And what you learn from Solvay in the other disciplines, you will clearly use it a lot in a hospital.
One of the characteristics of Solvay is that 20 years after the studies, we cover absolutely all branches of activities in society. When professor or student face a new challenge or problem, they can find someone in a network of alumni who can bring them some experience of ideas.
When you get out of Solvay, you have gone through sometimes difficult times, so you tend to believe you're quite strong and quite capable. The reality is that you open a new chapter in your life when you're again junior. So surround yourself by people who can give you straight feedback, who will tell you where to go next.
All graduates from the school actually consider themselves part of a big family.
It is the best school in Belgium, obviously, and maybe in Europe. I have the Solvay mindset, so...